All right, guys, the session is being recorded now. So, as usual, first things first, find levels. So, go through the usual 8 tickers, starting with Apple. Looking at the 8 a.m. candle. Where is it? Right about there. So, just put the measured move lines right on that, and then see what it is. Whoa, that's huge. Let's make it smaller. There we go. So, that's it, the bottom and the top, and then the measured moves are aligned. Next, we got Microsoft. Let's move the whole thing way up here. Where's 8 a.m.? Oh, where's 8 a.m.? I can't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So 8 a.m., yeah, it's already aligned. So there's the 8 a.m. candle. There's the measured moves. NVIDIA. So that's the 8 a.m. candle. It's got to get bigger, huh? Well, do it this way. There we go. There we go. Look at that. NVIDIA already broke out, going for the next level, close to 149. AMD. That's 8 a.m. right there. And yep, there it is. Measured move. Then we have Tesla. Ooh, Tesla did a big one. Look at that. It's funny, today's 8 a.m. candle for Tesla is very similar in size to yesterday's. That's interesting. As you know, Tesla's been fun to trade this week at the open. Later on, it's been choppy, but at the open, it's been good. There we go. Got the measured moves. Let's put it in the center. It's pretty much in the middle right now. Then we have Amazon. What am I looking at? There it is. At 8 a.m. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, it's just about there.
Hi, Avi.
Hey,
Are
Michael.
you using the 5 minute chart to do this, or
Yeah. If you look at my screen, it's a 5-minute chart. It says right here, like Meta 5-minute. So I'm only looking at 5-minute candles, nothing else.
I think before you normally using also the maybe 60 or 30 minute?
Yeah. I've evolved the trading over the years. A year ago, you would have seen me leaning in on the 30-minute chart. 2 months ago, you would have seen more of the daily chart, and now it's on the on the 5-minute chart.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, so there it is again, 8 a.m. And let's put that study on that. There we go. Meta, Google. All right, that's it. So all the levels are done. That's all I'm going to do for levels. So those of you who are new here, all I've done really on all these 8 tickers is measure the distance of the 8 a.m. candle on the 5-minute chart, and then put levels further up and further down on the chart at the same distance. That's it. Nothing more for now. And we don't need anything more for now. So now as we get closer to the open, we have about 8 minutes, 9 minutes to go. I'll be watching these 8 tickers and see if anything is setting up. So maybe we'll have a chance to plan a trade before the open. Now, otherwise, wait for the open and wait for the setup. That's all we really do. Not too much.
So I've been kind of waiting for this situation to happen. Like NVIDIA, it's already made basically 2 moves from the starting 8 a.m. candle. You know, it's just going to be an anomaly of this strategy. I was just curious, what would you determine this?
Yeah, this is a good point. So because it's taking 1 or even just 2 candles to go from one measure to the next, you might want to, if you're entering at any one of these, your target might want to be 2 measures away, just because it's putting in such massive candles. So that's a matter of looking at proportions, right? It is strange. It is a little tricky, and it's a bit more of an art than a science when you're looking at stuff like this. But let's see, because the truth is, when you're getting these big candles, it's going to be very volatile. It's going to be very, it's all at the open in the first 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so. And then it's going to slow down. The candles get smaller. And then these original measured move lines will work. And anyway, that's the easier time of the day to trade, right? You don't want to get caught up in opening volatility. It's hard to stay in a position, get stopped out. You can't even put on a big size, those sorts of things. But if you do manage to get an entry, if your setup shows itself in the first 15 minutes or so, you probably want to target 2 measures, maybe partial at the first measure, and then go for the next, because you're going to deal with momentum. You're going to deal with volatility again. Volatility is what puts in these big candles. So that's the thinking on it. You got to think of proportions as well as time frame, right? Early in the day, it's volatile momentum, like we had yesterday or last 2 days. You guys saw me trade. It was a lot of partialing before the target because of momentum. So those are the things to keep an eye on.
Tesla is, if you look at Tesla, is it going to be bearish?
I don't know. I'm not looking at the SPY. You tell me, is it bearish?
No, Tesla.
Oh, Tesla. Sorry. Hold on. Let's get this going.
Also, just FYI, Meta is at all-time high, where it was, and then it just absolutely was sold out. So.
Yeah, Meta is really great. We'll look at that in a moment. I'm got a good eye for it. Yeah, Tesla's hitting its head up there. It's put in a double top. You can see actually more like a head and shoulders. So it might be a decent short. I don't trust it though. It's more like it's getting stuck and chopped up in this area than actually making a good pattern. A really good double top is when it goes from down to up, hits the level, and then puts in a double top. This is slowly grinding up. You see the lows getting higher. It's not going up in a parabolic way, make a double top and a reversal. Those are the good ones. This is a tricky one. Just because it's kind of sitting there, it's more overall, the trend is bullish. So you got to be careful with that. All right, Meta. Yeah, look at that. Dropped, and where does it bounce from? Well, right about there, a measured move. Again, big candle, right? So you might, if you're trading this early, you might want to go 2 measures for major targets. Again, I don't see a setup on this. I don't see any setups right now. Let's see. Today might be the day not to trade the open and wait for a little later. Let's see.
People are at good positions, high price, 200, could be a breakout or a reversal.
Yeah, Google's interesting. It's been flirting with 200 last couple of days, right? This whole week. Yeah. So Google's more interesting. Look at the pattern here on Google. Ignoring the wick, you would say this isn't an uptrend and a big double top. It's not getting stuck there and getting choppy at the top, right? Big double top at the level, and what happened? It's a short. So this is what it would look like. Second top lower than the first, all this good stuff. Room to the left, right at the top. It's all there. But again, this is pre-market, right? Don't really want to trade the pre-market. All right, we got a few minutes to the open, guys. Make sure you know what you're looking for. That's important. I'll walk you through what I'm looking at, and of course, we'll get into it. Who had fun at the webinar last night? Man, you guys kept me up so late.
It was good.
It was good. Awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks. I'm glad you liked it. I still think I lost my voice, though. I speak so much. Anyways, that was fun. I enjoyed doing those. Always fun. Just got to find time to sleep as well at some point. All right, things are getting jumpy. Last 5-minute candle before the open. AMD is curious. Let's have a look. I'm seeing a breakout, perhaps a retest at the open, bounces off of this area, and then you might have a long. Let's move the measured moves further up so you can see these candles. I'm not so convinced, but it is firm resistance. All right, there was a false breakout earlier in this area. Yeah, consolidation, finally a breakout. But that resistance there, that 124.70, where it is now, that's a tough one. Again, a decent pattern, not perfect. Not really convinced. I don't see anything for now. But on a bigger perspective, I would love for AMD to come down to this 123.40 area basically previous day's high area, bounced there. You can see it broke out, the big retest down there, and then long for the day. That's the big trade, but that won't happen at the open. That may happen later. Yeah, I don't see anything. We know Nvidia is going to be super volatile. It already is. Tesla looks like it's weak, but I mean, it's really tough. You want to be careful. Most your setup should tell you not to trade. That should be the majority of your setup, when not to trade. Only enter when it's really solid. Tesla's tempting for a short, but again, it's going to be dangerous, I think. Amazon's interesting. I might go with Amazon this morning. Look at that. Previous day's high is the low of the 8 a.m. candle. It broke out of there just at the close yesterday. It's bouncing off of it, retesting it. So that's the plan. I think that's what I may do. If it bounces off this 235 area, I'll go long fairly quickly. So far, that's setting up very nicely. So far. I think that's a little bit more powerful than AMD. Oh, but look at that. It dropped now. That's invalid now. Oh, man. Okay, there's another one. Microsoft. Whoops. Look at that. What is it doing? Made a big move up, big consolidation. Very tricky to read that. And then a firm drop to where? Previous day's high. And where does it bounce from? Right there. This is interesting. This 444.35 is definitely in play today on Microsoft. I don't see a setup on it at the moment, but it's interesting. Apple also did a big drop right now. Yeah, I still don't see anything. Might be a sit and wait kind of open today. Amazon was interesting. If it just held 235.
You're gonna go with option strike today?
Yeah, at the open. If I'm trading the open, it'll be 0 DTE. But later in the day, it'll be next week's contracts.
Okay.
Man, I really don't read anything at the moment. It's just kind of slow. 30 seconds to go. Amazon's a mess. Not Microsoft. AMD's the only one.
Yeah, starting to pile on orders to the top side, looking like an iceberg. But either we have the volume to punch through, and it'll skyrocket to 150, which I don't think will happen. I think we're going to test it, get halfway there, and come back.
Yeah, that looks
We're
like
going to need a lot of volume.
All right, I'm going to get long on AMD fairly quickly here if it keeps bouncing this level. It dropped. I'm watching it very closely. Gosh, look at these contracts. They're so dirt cheap, 50 cents. 1, 2, that's a third bounce. NVIDIA will probably need to go down, yeah, before going through liquidity on the upside. So
They're trying to punch.
Yep. It's going to be super volatile. Be careful. I'm watching this AMD candle very, very closely.
Oh, they are stacking orders so
Upset.
fast. Yeah, they can't. No, they can't do it.
All right. I'm getting long here on AMD because it bounced and it claimed its opening price. Look at the fills, man. You trade the open. This is the problem. Got to be super careful. Anyways, I'm watching it very closely. It's holding up there. But the moment it doesn't, I'll be exiting this very quickly. This is not the kind of thing you want to play with. Go on. There it goes. Through 125. Gosh, it's already hit that. I'm going to have to exit very quickly here. Again, partialing out here. 125, I expect trouble up in this area. I don't even know what I want to do with this. You see that? This is just, the momentum is out of it. This is where you normally get out of the whole thing. All right, so I'm out like 80, 90%, more than 90% of that position already. And the exit is even better than break even for now. Oh, that's it. I'm out of it. So that was a scalp, basically. So AMD hold the level, push up close to my target, but you can see on the momentum, it just got stuck there. And you know it's going to get stuck there and then hit the break even and out. So that's one so far. Again, the pattern was good, but the price action is tough. Right at the open, this is what you want to be careful with, man. Seriously, guys. Be careful with it. All right, AMD is the big one so far. We have, breakout coming back to retest. The top of the 8 a.m. candle would be a good one. Oh, damn, now AMD wants to go. But you got to manage your risk, you see. You just got to manage it. You can't risk it. Okay, Microsoft. This is the good point about the measured moves. I think, Shane, you were asking about it. Look at the first candle already on Microsoft. It's 10 times or whatever. It's 4 measured moves. It's massive. So in this case, I would not go one measured move to the next. I'd go in multiple moves. So let's see.
And if it's like a thin range, like AMD, could you just say double the range?
AMD, yeah, you could. But you see, just real quick, first on Microsoft, you can see I've moved the measure from the bottom of the 8 a.m. candle all the way down. So it's basically 4 measures or 3 measures. And I expect Microsoft to have trouble down in this 441.50 area. AMD, I don't think that the measured moves are too wild. I think it's decently in proportion with the price action. The early market would have told you something about that. You know, like a big candle early in the market, like NVIDIA, for example. But again, it's still early, man. We're still just in the 4th minute. It's nothing. The day hasn't even started yet. So take it easy with that. But AMD, I mean, look, even if let's say I had the thesis on AMD, I'm going to go with 2 measures because I think the candles are big. I still would take partials at one of them, which I did. You saw that. As it got into that area, I started partialing past 125 and above 125 is when I just kept hitting the partial button up there. And that's because, you just know that it's going to be trouble there. And it's the open. If it was not the open, if I had this trade on, 30 minutes from now, I'd probably hold it for 2 measures. But that will take 30 minutes to go. It'll take, 5 of these 5-minute candles or something. So those are the things to watch out for. Anyways, you're at the open. I don't recommend trading in the open unless you really read volatility, as in read it. It's not a game to play. I lost incredible amounts of money in my first few years of trading just on this, just on volatility. So it's volatility. Well, it's that thing. What Mike Tyson says. Everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the face. That's what trading the open does. It punches you in the face first, and then maybe you survive. Then you're in the game. All right, let's look at
NVIDIA's book. So it might be time or soon. Yeah, they removed all the orders in between the major whole number and 50-cent levels, balanced it.
Is there news on NVIDIA today? Is there earnings or something? Oh, that's next week, right? All the earnings stuff? I think so.
Yeah, but I think they're just this earnings, they're trying to get close to 150. Maybe look for new ranges, new highs.
Yeah. Boy, let's see. NVIDIA is going to be a mess. But let's see. You never know. I hate to go in with biases like that. It's better to watch the live action. All right.
Oh, I'm just saying for earnings, try to push that higher. Today, probably not at all. Just test it and keep it there at the close.
That makes sense, man. Let's see. It gets choppy and it gets stuck. Quite normal. Look at that. Microsoft. Big candle. Measured move. As expected. That's the area that it's going to find trouble. Doesn't mean you go long here. It means it's just stopped going down. Now we've got to wait for the setup. At the moment, I don't see much. Google was super strong. I don't see a setup. Meta is breaking the high. Look at Meta. This is for you guys who like ORBs, 5-minute ORBs. Meta might be an opportunity. And Meta, I would say if you're doing this, you go with 1 measure, take your partials there, maybe half off, and then go for the next. Again, watch the price. You're still dealing with volatility. It's still the open. And on NVIDIA, my idea would be this is resistance. The top of the measured move, the top of the 8 a.m. candle. You can see that in the pre-market. And yeah, it was also yesterday's high and yesterday's close. So breakout, come back for the retest, and off it goes. Again, a plain and simple retest trade could happen in maybe 10 minutes from now. I mean, it could go without you, but it takes 10 minutes to set up.
Yeah, I'm trying to see that tail that you like to see, or that hammer.
Yep. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Apple's very curious. Again, I think this is a decent ORB setup for the short. Let's move these measured moves further down. If it breaks the low of the first candle, that's typically where I would go for a 5-minute ORB when I used to trade those. It's super bearish, but let's see. It broke out doing the retest of the level. You can see that. Support turning resistance. There it is. You can even see it as a breakout and retest trade. The entry would have been a minute ago, but also breaking the low of the first candle is an ORB entry. Again, that would be a scalp trade, not one that you hold for a few hours, that you can hold for a few hours, just because it's too early for that. Wow, look at AMD, huh, guys? This is why these levels are magic. Got in, got out near the top, and goes the other way. And again, I say this to you guys every day. These initial moves, these volatility moves, are just the small moves of the day. Typically, the bigger moves of the day start after the volatility is dead, after all this stuff's over. Then we get into the second and third moves of the day, which are the big ones. That's where the big money is made. And it's less stressful. You don't have to read momentum and deal with this. NVIDIA, look at that, dropping down, completely gone. AMD also doing an ORB, but it's tough. I think today's tough, man. This is a tough open. It's not really directional. And it's there's no setups. Nothing right now. Look at that. NVIDIA was a possible retest, but gone.
Kept me out of the trade.
Yes, there you go. Good. If you have a trade book that keeps you out of trades more than it gets you into trades, that's probably a good one. For most people, that's what we need. All right, let's catch up on this chat. Wow, you guys are, man, you guys just like yesterday in the webinar. You just type so fast, I can't read it. All good. Yeah, anyways, yeah, guys, you can type in here, and you want to say anything, just come on the mic. If it gets too crowded on the mic, then I'll find a way to moderate it. So there we go. Hey, Alcus, there you go. Yeah, let's use that hand signal thing. That's easy. Go ahead.
Hi, Avi, and happy Friday to everyone. I have a question. Maybe it's I was just having the past couple of days about Netflix results that we saw earlier this week. And I wanted to ask you, Avi, do you think in case, for example, it's big results, or it's something that we wouldn't expect to have this kind of big volatility and big impact, do you think it would be interesting to put, let's say, a trigger price above the current one, so in case it starts booming the stock, you can be in this kind of trade, and only to trigger the order after, let's say, after it hits a certain level? Do you think this as a strategy for earnings could work, or is something that is too risky?
You know what? I have no experience with that, so I can't tell you anything. I've just read about a few different strategies, but I haven't tried any of this stuff. Intentionally, I don't trade earnings. I find it very risky, much more risky than being able to read price action while the market's open and take 1 or 2 trades in the day. That's easier. I mean, otherwise, you're doing a lot of guesswork with earnings, and you're probably going to want to use option spreads, and then you're, again, 80-20, man. That's way too much work, and you're not, mitigating risk. You're just taking on a lot of risk with a lot more work. Why would you do that? That's the reason why I don't study it. I don't look at it even. So I'd say, zoom into the price action. If you can read it, you have a setup, you know what you're doing. That's the point.
Perfect. Thank you, Avi. Thank you.
Sure. All right, guys, I like Google. Look at that. Again, breakout, retest. You'd think it would go up, but this is not the way I do a retest. I want to retest closing a bullish candle. Like if this candle closes white with no wick, closes at its own high, then the new high off of that would be the entry. But also, on the other hand, I don't really like it when the retest happens immediately on the next candle. Ideally, it goes up for a bit, then comes to retest, ideally. Now, this does happen often at the open, where the next candle is the retest candle and off it goes. But again, it's not a perfect setup for now. It's tempting. I can see why a lot of people would like this, but this is not, yeah, it's not ideal. Again, why would you risk your money on stuff that's risky? You know, risk it when you have the odds in your favor. Let's see, Amazon bounce. Yeah, no, there's nothing really clean right now. AMD maybe. Look at the bottom there. Let's get these measured moves moving. There it is. So AMD is at the bottom of the 8 a.m. candle. Let's see if it does something. Man, that's a tough one. Even Apple threatened, right? It threatened that ORB going down. That's why I don't trade ORBs anymore. A lot of fake outs. No. Is anyone trading Tesla? I hope you're not for now, because this is a disaster. I was telling you earlier, like in the pre-market, it doesn't look good. It's just choppy, 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 small candles, choppy. And sure enough, when the market opened, what happened? Yeah, it's a big candle, choppy. So what are you going to get? Out of everything, maybe Amazon looks good for a breakout. Maybe. Again, if you like breakouts, I typically avoid breakouts these days. A lot of fake outs. I would have faked you out already with that wick a few minutes ago. Microsoft. Oh man, here we go. If I show this Microsoft chart to Andrew, he'll like jump out of his seat. He'll want to get long right now. What I'm seeing here is Microsoft went down, comes back up, right? And ideally, that's on a gap up day. Is it a gap up day? No, it's not. That's why. If it's a gap up day, it goes down, comes up, that's a fallen angel setup, and off you go. You're getting an ORB. Again, just a scalp. You're not going to get a big move out of this. This is ORB stuff. So I'm still not seeing any of those big plays setting up, which, again, typically set up later in the day. Not here. What else we got? Carl, you're looking at Meta. Yeah, Meta is good. Oh, there we go. I didn't look at Meta. Thanks. There you go. Meta did the ORB. And look at these big candles. Now, if I was getting involved at Meta at that breakout of 642, I would take some off where it is now, probably half the position, maybe even 70%, and really look for 650, the next target. And I'd probably add, again, above the 645 area if it's strong above. That's how I'd manage this one. Because the candles it's putting in are big. It's just one candle to go from level to level. So again, proportions, right? The candles are disproportionately larger than the moves, than the measures. So, but you still want to take it off. You don't know if it's going to get stuck there or not. You just don't know. That's the truth, guys. No matter what you're doing with your setups, you got a perfect setup, you wait for it, you enter. The truth is you don't know what's going to happen after you enter. You never know. That's why risk management is the first thing, and then profit management comes after that. Wow, Tesla's a mess. What else we got here? Oklo. Carl, you're looking at Oklo. Man, you guys like all this exotic stuff. What do you want to do with this? It's a mess. It's probably got a catalyst. It had a catalyst yesterday. I don't know. I don't touch this stuff for good reason. This thing is like, generally these things give you lots of volatility at the open. If you want to trade momentum and you really specialize in that, great. And sometimes it'll get into a trend, like yesterday it did. Lots of volatility, stabilized, and then a trend, and then it was chop. So this is a very typical kind of price action for something with a catalyst. Now it's the second day. That's I don't anticipate it being as smooth as the first day. Oh, there it goes, moving now, doing an ORB. I don't anticipate being as smooth. Again, I just think there's easier ways to make money in the market than chasing all this stuff. I just look at the Mag 7 and AMD, and I get 20 opportunities every day. Only take 2 usually, or sometimes 5. So.
Can you take a look at Apple? It's at the level right now.
Yeah.
Any setup?
No setup, nothing. It's just at the level. If anything, breakout. No, I don't see anything. I'm not going to create a setup out of nothing. It's there for now. That's all we know. It's just there. We think if there was earlier, even earlier, it did the reversal, right? But I don't see a setup. And that's what you got to get used to, guys. There's a million moves in the market every day, and 99.9% of them will happen without giving you an opportunity to enter. So don't enter. And then you'll get 20 opportunities to enter, and they will be out of 20, 10 of them will work. And that's fantastic. If you're getting a 50% win rate and you're managing your trades well, as in you're getting 3R, 5R out of those winners, that's plenty. I mean, that's an amazing performance. Only the guys with the most best experience, most experienced guys can do stuff like that. So really stick to your trade book. Very critical. Don't go chasing stuff around the market. Market will eat you up. There goes Microsoft doing the breakout right now. Boom, another one.
I wanted to take Google, but I missed my opportunity.
Yeah, Google did it, huh? All good. And that's the thing. Your setups come, and sometimes you're just not watching it. So, and I'm like that. You guys have seen this all week. I've taken like 1 or 2 trades at the open, and then missing another 5 within the first hour. And that sucks. When your setup comes, you must take it. But I've been missing quite a few this week. And sometimes you just get into that. It's okay. It happens. So here, guys, here's that setup on Google we're talking about. Breakout, retest, printed a bullish candle. The new high is where I would enter and go up. But again, like I was saying earlier, I don't really like it because, the breakout came back right away to retest. I like the breakout to really be a good breakout. It should go for a bit, come back a few candles later. It didn't do that, so it was not perfect. It was still there. I mean, if you like such things, it's there. It's just, I don't like to risk money on this stuff. I want to put on serious risk, but I'm not going to do it on a half-baked setup, right? And I talk about that in the course where if you get a bad offer, you're going to take it. Now, same thing. If the market doesn't give you a good offer, don't take it. Same thing as in life. You can let it go. Wait for the next one. Google's interesting, though, for that reversal setup, but it's right in the middle of these lines. Just don't like where it is. You want it to be not in the middle between the measured moves. You want to trade off of the lines. Anyways.
Yeah, that was a problem. I couldn't find a tight stop loss. Everything was north of $1. It was moving so fast, and now look at it.
Yeah, I get that. Let it go. Again, risk to reward is very important too, right? If you calculate that before you trade, if it doesn't give you that, don't take it. Definitely don't take it. Again, for now, I don't see any trades. If I didn't take that first trade at the open, I don't think I'd still have a trade now. I just don't see anything. I don't see any perfect setups, and perfect setups happen every day, every single day. You guys again typing so much. All right, let me see. There we go. There you go. Cool. You guys are answering questions. Awesome. Thank you. In the chat. Makes my life easier. Amazon all-time high rejection. What are you talking about? Is that all-time high on Amazon? Don't even know. Yeah, it looks like it. Pretty much. Yesterday's high. Oh, now it's at all-time high. So interesting. So far, it made a new high and it pushed down a bit, but right at the level, 8 a.m. candle. Where's the 8 a.m. candle? Yeah, right there. 236. Oh, I bet John Hills is all over this. All-time high, high of day break, all that stuff. He would love this. He probably traded it earlier, 10 minutes ago. Again, I think it's setting up for a breakout, but I don't know. You gotta wait. I wouldn't trade this. This is not a setup I like. Again, this is for scalping. A scalping setup. It's built for scalping. If you like scalping, okay. There it goes. Break, high of day. No. It gets super volatile at all-time highs and high of day, and you get momentum breakouts. Quite a lot. Good momentum breakouts. So let's see. This will be fun. Watch Amazon. Again, if you truly want to scalp, you're going to need a lot more stuff on your charts. You're going to need volume and the tape and level 2. And because all that stuff and even moving averages and VWAP, all of those things are moving things, right? And scalping is all about getting in with momentum, getting out with momentum. All of those things tell you about momentum. So you want to use those indicators. But I don't want to. I don't want to get into scalping. I just wait for a setup. If it happens early, I take it. If I don't take it, no big deal. Yeah, Amanda, go ahead.
Is Apple a reject from the 8 a.m. candle, it went the
Mhm.
full swing, and then it kind of dropped to the next level.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's rejecting there, right? And it's made almost like a double top, but it's not really a double top. Double tops has to come from down and make a double top. This thing, the way I see it, it's more of a Wyckoff thing where it's in the range, it breaks out, it comes back into the range. So that you could call that a false breakout. Now it's just testing the upside of the range. Like you're saying, the
Okay.
top of the medium candle, which it did in the first candle and it did now in the previous candle. If you like trading those sorts of things, it's cool. This structure tells you basically when you have a range of false breakout, it's likely to break out the other side. So we're looking at a bearish kind of day. It's likely again, but I don't trade this sort of thing. I don't find it reliable.
Okay.
And on top of that, these candles are a little too wicky for me. I don't have a good read on this. It looks more chopped to my eyes than it does any opportunity.
So you want more smoother type of candles, not
Mhm.
as squeaky like what you were seeing. Okay, got it.
Absolutely, much smoother. And for today, right now, it's a tough one. Google looks the smoothest of all, but it's not ideal. What are we looking at? Casey, you want NVIDIA? NVIDIA, what do we have? Wow, breakout level to level, went halfway back in the range, going back up. This is an interesting one. When you have a breakout, it comes back to retest. It doesn't retest precisely. It could retest anywhere in the region, and in the region up to halfway in the range makes sense. And this kind of went a little more than halfway, so you could call this a retest. Then the new high right now would be the entry. But again, I don't like this kind of retest. This is, again, not clean, not ideal. Again, too risky. Perfect setups happen very often. By very often, I mean 10, 20 times a day. So I don't waste time on imperfect setups.
You would
Oh,
try
there
to
we go.
get in at 147.
You got it? Oh, you tried to? Long?
No, I'm saying that's where you would get in is at 147, stop at 146.70.
147. No. I wouldn't. I would get in above after a major bullish candle. Like it just did a decently bullish candle. It still has a wick on the upside. And then the new high, so close to about 148, approximately where it is now, is where I might take an entry. If it had a good pattern. The pattern's no good. It's, again, half-baked. Yeah. All right. Pluto Kai, if they break on Amazon, there it goes. It went, came back again. That's why I don't like breakouts. You get so many 1R trades or partial trades, and it's just too stressful for not a lot of money. So yeah, let it go. But anyways, for your momentum traders and high of day break traders, it's got everything it needs. There you go, Amanda. Apple wants to go down, but you can see how it's really hard to trade. And again, I think the worst of the lot is Tesla today. And probably the best of the lot is Google and Meta. Look at that. How fun, huh? Goes, consolidates, likely to go again. 650 firmly on the cards. But again, what's the setup? I don't have a setup. To my eyes, it just looks like it's going to hit 650, but I don't have a setup to get in and manage risk. For the patterns I look for, it's not there. All right.
Good morning, Avi.
Morning. Are you in a trade today yet? I know you're not,
Well,
right?
I'm thinking of NVIDIA, but I don't know where the resistance is.
Yeah. NVIDIA is difficult. Like I've been saying, most things are difficult at the moment today. If you were able to
But if
capture
NVIDIA, do you think 148 is resistance or 149?
presently 148 on a small scale right now, yeah, it's doing that. But I will only look at levels, and the firm level is close to about 149, right? 148.85, right up there. So wait and see. You know what's interesting? If NVIDIA, you can see how it just pushed up, right? Let's say it pushes up again, but doesn't make a new high, it makes a lower high. That's a double top. Then a
Yeah,
bearish
that's going to
candle,
be a nice short. Yeah.
that's it. But that'll take another hour to set up. And that's the big one, man. If that happens, shit, I might be all over that one. But I don't know if I can trade anymore today. I'm actually pretty beat for this week.
It's too fast. I
It's
can't
fine.
even process.
Take it slow, take it easy. So I'm saying trading the open, guys, it looks fun and exciting. but it takes years and years to understand the nuances of it. So don't waste your money on it. You're just gonna throw your money at the market. Trade it in the sim or paper trading just to learn it, get a feel for it, and then 4 years down the line, you might want to give it a go with real money. I wish I did that up front, because if I did, I wouldn't have lost so much money the first couple of years. So that's what I suggest. Even Andrew, for his first, I think, 5 years, he waited 5 minutes. He only traded 5-minute ORBs. Then he got into 1-minute ORBs about 5 years ago. So it took him 5 years to get there, or just to start getting there.
Well, I don't get into the trade before 5 minutes, but the problem is, even this is almost 10 o'clock. The market is so crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy today. Today's I'm seeing a lot more volatility than usual.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like volatility is like stop
Yeah.
loss is hard.
Yeah.
To maintain the stop loss. Yeah.
Exactly. The stop loss is hard, which means trade management and risk management is hard. If it's hard, don't touch it. You know what? You don't have to trade today. Market will still be here on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week. And you don't have to trade every day of next week either. I'll tell you now, I'm not going to be here on Monday. I'm not trading Monday next week. I'll be here the rest of the week. But yeah, sitting out on Monday.
Avi, the problem is we are a pack of wolves and you are the leader. You eat in the first 30 seconds and all of us are hungry. So that's what's happening. We are growling.
Why'd you gotta put it like that, man? I have to go watch the Nature Channel with my kids and all that. I love that. That's a great way of saying it. No,
Yeah, all of us are.
hungry wolves. Oh my God.
Yeah. That's why we all are growling, it's like, oh, we are trying to find the level.
Well, I think let me try and respond to that then. You can go hungry 1-2 days, no big deal, but you survive the long term. But if you try to eat too early in your journey, you might get eaten yourself.
Yeah.
So it's worth understanding a little bit of hunger up front. It's actually a good thing.
That's a good
And
one.
it'll serve you well later on. It really, really will. I mean, you guys have seen me so many times. I show up, I sit here for 2 hours, I don't take a trade, and I come back next day. You've seen me do that so many times. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
so you got to do that. You got to do that. Yeah, but don't worry. Like I say, the market is a gold mine. I see 20 setups every day, even on a day like today. Watch, you're gonna see it all day. Just because there isn't nothing right now doesn't mean it's over. It's only the first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Fine. What do we have here? Sorry, guys, just a moment. Yeah, I'll deal with that later. Okay. Again, I see things moving up, down, and all over the screens, but no setup. There's no way to manage risk. Big candles and no clean patterns. Wicks on both sides on most things, except maybe Meta. Amazon's really hard, man. Tesla is the worst of the lot. So wait for it. Just wait for it. I mean, you guys have seen so many times on Friday I come back at 3 p.m. and take a huge trade in the last hour. It's again, that's 5-6 hours away from now. So there's plenty of opportunities. Apple's tempting for that reverse ABCD, but it's really a mess. Anyways, not much to talk about with the market right now. Anyone got any questions? Anything you want to discuss? A lot of new people in the room. How are you guys doing today? Welcome on your first day. Hope you're not losing money on your first day. That's the first order of business. Have a good experience. Let's see. I'll try and read this chat. We have Dan. The chat is crowded. Study the course, daily recordings. Yeah. There you go, guys. Good point. Oh, just this moment. Good point by Dan here, guys. What I recommend all you new guys doing, there's a lot of you here, is go through all the videos starting from yesterday's and go backwards, all the live trading sessions. Watch as many as you can, really. So you get a feel for the tempo of how we do things here. And also, there's a tremendous amount of information that we keep going through every day. And a lot of it is repeated. Setups, trade management, levels, so many things. So whenever you get the time, and that's in module 8 of the course, which is a free module. It's open to the public, so you can easily access that. The other thing I strongly recommend for everyone is look at the webinars. Since you're here, you get a recording of yesterday's webinar and the 2 previous ones on the same subject on this on naked trading. And the links to those are in the announcements channel, in the pinned posts in the announcements channel. Please go take a look at all 3 of them. That'll give you a good foundation, set you up very nicely for these live trading sessions, so you don't come here all lost and confused. You'll actually have a feel for what we're doing here and how we're doing it. Otherwise, it's going to get too crowded in here for anybody to get any value out of it. So let's try and get on the same page as much as we can. That's the whole point. Thanks, Dan, for that. Appreciate it. Sorry, who had a question?
Hey, Avi.
Hey, Jay, what's up?
Yeah, how do you determine where do you place that tool that you're using for levels? Like sometimes I see you put it in the middle. The other times, like right now, we're at 100% on the video.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. See, I can move it right now. It's the same thing. Just equidistant lines. There's nothing to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no big deal. Okay, so we're having a drop. Apple did do that reverse ABCD, but how would you pick it? I don't know. AMD's doing it, but how would you pick it? I don't know. See, things are moving without giving you an entrance, or a setup to enter. And a setup to enter is your setup where you can manage your risk and put on some size, get some good RVR out of it. I don't know how I would ever enter this drop. So it's a very complicated ABCD pattern, I'd say. Indecisive. Apple's the same thing. Apple's probably worse. Look at that. So where would you enter this? It's got wicks all the way down here. It finally broke low of day. So if you're playing low of day breaks, yeah, sure. But again, hard to trust these things. Very hard to trust. I mean, I'll give you an example. Amazon here, look at that. Very exciting, right? High of day or all-time high, all that stuff. But what is it doing? A real big mess. Just looking at wicks, it's telling you, don't touch me. It's going back and forth both ways. This is not what you want to play with. Again, I think it's a tough one today, so far.
What about AMD? Do you see a double top?
AMD, a double top. Well, if you go back, yeah, but this is a terrible double top because the second top's much higher than the first. This is totally invalid. I don't see any way I would get into this. If I did, I may have. I don't see anything. So take it easy. Take it easy, everybody. All good. Porcupines. Cool. There we go. Thanks, Dan. So, guys, yeah, the recording on the 16th of January last week. That's a good one. I mean, we get into stuff every day over here, all kinds of material. So it's a tremendous amount of material you have access to. That way, again, you will get more value out of these sessions than just kind of showing up and trying to copy trade me. Don't copy trade me. If you do that, I might ask you to. Well, I'll warn you once or twice first. Put it that way, because that's how you lose money. Alberto, you want to know about Trading Terminal? Trading Terminal is free. Just you have an email address. I mean, you were there yesterday at the webinar, so you have an account there already. Just go to my course over there. You should have one course there, and the free module in that is module 8. That's where all the recordings are. You know what? Let's do it this way. Let's hear your new voices. Anyone who got a question, raise your hand. Put it that way. That way we can all get a chance to introduce yourselves and get to know each other while we're waiting for something to set up. Because, yeah, the chat is very crowded here. Thank you, Chris. There it is. There's the link. Awesome. Sure, you got this short. Oh, my God. Don't make a habit of that. Taking something that's not your setup and it works. You get lucky sometimes. But, like, yesterday I got lucky, remember? Like, man, I got the setup, but the whole... latency lag thing. Oh my God, what a disaster. but don't make a habit of it, So I'm moving the lines down now on Apple. Again, measured moves. Looks like these are big candles, huh? So let's see, 222.84. If you guys are in the short, if you caught the low of day break, that's the only way I think I would ever trade this, which I don't trade that anymore. That's just a breakout. This one's a good one. It went the distance. Again, see, if you trade this low of day break, I would partial right at the next level, and then along the way, probably a little bit, and then the next level. It's too much partialing. You dilute your position. The bigger moves are there to be had, even today. Just not yet. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So on Amazon, do you think I'm tempted to take it short? Oh, damn, it's going. But what? I mean, I see these. I see the line. I see. Unfortunately, maybe it's unfortunate. I still have my pivot lines from my boot camp a couple months ago, and I see it past that, and I should have taken it because it's gonna go reversal possibly. So where do I look at the 5 minutes right now and say, okay, is this my entry or not?
Yeah, so to know your entry, if you're looking at 5-minute candlesticks, you want really precise candlestick patterns. Now, if you look at Amazon here, there is no pattern. It's just overlapping. Every candle is just overlapping the previous one. It's not going anywhere. It's stuck. Right now it looks tempting, right? Big red candle. But if you look 2 or 3 candles ago, when this candle had this big wick down here, it looked like a big red candle too. So did this one. And then it pushed back up. And then look, it got choppy. And now this one is very likely to do what the previous ones did. It may even go the other way, but there's no way to know on this pattern, because this is not a pattern. This is chop. This is a day trader's graveyard right here at 236. So what you need, if you're looking at candlestick patterns, you need precise patterns. And again, for precise patterns, that's where I'm going to recommend the YouTube links I've got in the announcements tab, those presentations I did recently. I've gone through, I spent about an hour in just really nailing down the precision in the patterns and the details within them, what makes them better patterns and what makes them not ideal patterns. And most importantly, especially in the second video, when not to trade. This is one of those examples, when not to trade. You need to know that more than anything else, because that is 90% of the game, 95%. As out there for saying, hungry wolves, but you got to know when not to eat, even if you're hungry. Very important. Very important. That'll save you. Really, that'll save you.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm. And those YouTube links, guys, you can't find them on YouTube. Those are unlisted videos. So those are presentations I've done. I've only made them available for our mentorship group here. So you can't find it anywhere else. It's not on Trading Terminal or anywhere else. It's just for this. So please don't go sharing those links. You can't even search it on YouTube. It's unlisted. Yeah, Lorenz, go ahead.
Hi, Avi. Can you hear me? All good?
Yep, all good.
Very nice. So I have a question regarding when you enter a trade. Do you actually set your stop loss at the same time when entering a position?
Later in the day, I usually do, but at the open, it's so fast. I know where I'm going to stop, but I have to keep an eye on it. I keep my finger on the mouse to hit the button to exit if it comes to my stop. And that's it. So yeah, it's a firm, hard stop. But I just don't have enough time to type it in. Later in the day, there's enough time to type it in and put it on the chart and then walk away. So yeah, I like to do it.
And you also talked about trailing stops. Are you setting these stops manually, or when you trail, for example, you stop? You're doing this manually, I suppose, because you could also do it through the software, I believe.
Yeah, so when I type it in, like when I'm trading later in the day, and you'll see me maybe next week, we'll get some of those trades. You'll see I'll put those stops in, and then I'll move them as it goes in my favor.
Okay.
And you see it on the chart. I'll just move it, and it's there. So if I'm not looking at it and the price goes there, it'll just hit that stop and exit the position.
Thanks, Avi, and great to be here.
All right, no problem, man. You're welcome. Good to have you.
Thank you.
Cool, guys. So I'll be here another 25 minutes or so, or 20 minutes or so until 10:30. And then I'll be on YouTube at 11 a.m. doing that YouTube segment. So anything y'all want to discuss now? Now's the time. Just raise your hand here in the in this Google Meet feature, and we can chat. There you go. Apple making a move, huh? Ah, man, that's a $50,000 trade, but it's not a trade. It's not a setup. It's just I don't know where to take that. Everything wants to drop now. NVIDIA as well. But NVIDIA, I don't know how to. Again, NVIDIA's same thing. I don't know where to touch it. I wouldn't touch it because I don't know where to touch it. It's just choppy, messy. And what else? Yeah, AMD, look at that. Another messy piece of action. Right here, there's a certain type of consolidation, and this is just wiki. And sure enough, it turned out to be a false breakout. And here's another thing. Look at this, guys. How do you like levels? Huh? Google breakout, retest, hit the level, coming back down. More important than the 200 number. Levels. That's why I like them. You can really lean on them. I like to plan my setups or look for my setups at levels, nowhere else. There's nowhere else on the chart I want to trade, just at the levels. At these measured move levels is where I open a trade and also look for targets. They're also targets. Cool. Everyone's quiet. That means everyone's making money. Great. As usual, right? If everyone's yelling and screaming, that means everyone's losing money. Let me show you this, guys. Tesla, look at it. Up and down, respecting one level, not really respecting another. But, without a setup, you try and trade this, you'd be long right now. Look at that. Hit a bit of a hammer and you want to go long and you get excited, it goes and it comes back and you're not sure now what to do. It's at break even. It's maybe going to stop you out. Maybe it's not. And you do this 10 times in this first half an hour. This is a day trader's graveyard. This is why you wait for setups. You don't just chase the price as it moves in one direction. You don't. Before it moves, if it gives you a setup, take your setup. Manage your risk, like we discussed yesterday in the webinar. Really manage your risk. And then there's money to be had. Like we said yesterday, free money. Literally, it's free. But the biggest part of it is knowing when not to trade. And this is telling you, don't touch me. This has teeth, man. A lot of teeth. These wicks are like teeth. Think of it that way. Google did a big reversal, but again, no setup for the reversal. So I don't know what to do with this. Shane, no trades. That's great, man. Again, don't trade when it's not there. Seriously, if I didn't take the first trade, I think I'd have no trades also today. So I don't see anything that I could put on, some serious risk. And I want to put on really good risk. I don't want to just kind of do a small trade. So I just wouldn't waste my time on it. There you go. Now take a look at Amazon, guys. At the level. Something's about to happen there, right? Abhishek, you think NVIDIA is a double top? Nah, not at all, man. This is let's see. It's a tough one because you want the second top to be lower than the first, right? Makes sense. But this is way too low. This is more like a reverse ABCD pattern than a double top. This is, and also here's another thing. You want a nice curve in the double top. You want that arch, a good shape. This is more like a V and then kind of goes halfway up. It's not ideal. You can perceive it as a double top. I mean, you can perceive anything, right? Anything you want, really. But again, it's not ideal. This is not ideal. I showed you some examples yesterday in the webinar about what a double top truly is. And those things take 20, 30 minutes to form a good one on the 5-minute chart. And then it's huge. Those are the big trades. Like this works as in it's going now, NVIDIA, but where would you enter? How would you enter? Where'd you manage risk? What's your RVR? What level is it? I mean, the double top, if you see it, it's in the middle of the range. I mean, how can you call it a top when it's in the middle? Makes no sense, right? So, yeah. Again, guys, all this stuff, we've gone through it a million times. Whenever you've got time, I recommend looking at these recordings like we're recording this session. That's why we record them all. So you guys can all get up to speed, as well as these previous webinars that I've done. Yesterday was one, but there's 2 others as well in the recent past. Please look at that. You'll get up to speed on how we're doing things here and what we're looking for. That way, again, everyone will get more value out of these sessions. All right, so NVIDIA hit the level. Now we'll see. Look at that, bouncing already a little bit. Look at that, Amazon. What does it do at a level? Measured move. There it is. Already its behavior changed, right? But again, No opportunity. Just because it moves doesn't mean you should touch it. Sit and wait. Oh shit, what's going on in BBT land? I forgot about that. I have to look into it. Yeah. You know, next week is going to be fun. All these Mag 7 earnings are beginning. So I expect massive moves. But again, don't go in with a bias. Just watch the price action. But again, I'll let you guys know. Next week, I'm not trading on Monday. I'll be here from Tuesday onwards. Google, Meta, nothing. There's just nothing. Anyone sees anything, call it out. Let me know. Let us all know. Richard, you got a short on Google. And where? 201.50. I never got to 201.50. What are you talking about? It got to 225. Unless you're doing the other ticker, Google. That GOOG, right? And that, yeah, it's a different ticker. That's why. Okay. Yeah, be careful with that one. I mean, I think they're the same. Yeah, all right, there you go. Stillian, you want Microsoft? You know what? I'll put it to you. What do you see in Microsoft? And anybody, shout it out. Let me know what your opinions are. What do y'all see on Microsoft, if anything? Any opinions?
Just a bunch of sideways action. Chop.
Yes, chop, 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 chop. It's telling you, don't touch me. It's got teeth. Day trader's graveyard. Most of the market is a day trader's graveyard, most of the time. And you don't want to get caught up in that. I tell you, I don't know how I've dug myself out of a grave a few times in my first few years. Please don't put yourself in that situation. Please don't. Yeah, Amanda, go ahead.
I remember from the webinar yesterday that when it goes to the next level, that you might contemplate on an entry. So if you look at Google, say it went and hit the top level and it went to the second, and is that considered an area where you might do a trade to continue to short or no?
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. That's what these levels are for. It's telling me where to look at the stock to possibly take an entry, and also at the same time where to exit to take profits. But again, it has to behave a certain way at a level, and only then there's an opportunity for an entry. There's an opportunity to go lose your money. Think of it that way. And right now, I don't see anything. It looks generally weak and bearish and all, but it's, again, for patterns, we don't have enough time here to go through it, just another 10 minutes, but really check out the videos, the recent presentations, those YouTube links that I have on the announcements tab. Really, those are incredibly detailed about the patterns. And even the screenshots, so look in the screenshots tab, like every day, a lot of us posting screenshots, and you'll see the difference very quickly. Just spend a little time going through the material, and you'll see that you don't touch Google here. There's no reason to get after this.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Cool. AJC, you want to know about the mentorship recordings different from the live session? Yeah. So these are live sessions. These are recorded and available to anybody in Trading Terminal. One-on-one mentorship recordings, some of them I've made available within the course. If you purchase the course, yeah, it's in there. It's part of Trading Terminal. And the videos that I've got here within our Discord server, those YouTube links, those are just for us. Those are private videos, just for everyone here in this community. And again, you can't go search that on YouTube. You can't get it unless I give you the link. So it's unlisted. I'm just using YouTube as a hosting platform. I might actually change that, make it easier for everyone else. So yeah, that's it. All right. Things are again popping down generally, but let's see. Anthony, you want to know about NVIDIA? Yeah. Okay. Oh man. You know what? I've answered this question a million times, so I'm gonna let someone else answer. I'm sure a lot of you know the answer here. Nvidia made this big hammer at the level, at the new high. Would you go long for that reversal? Yes or no? Anyone? Come on, quiz time.
Probably no, because it looks too the few big candle drop up, so I don't want to.
You cut out a little. It sounds like you said no because the next candle is lower. Is that right? Is that what you said? Giles, yeah, you got it. Not after big move down. Danny, yes, the webinar is recorded and only available to everybody here in this mentorship group. So yeah, Casey got it. No. Shane, would be better if it was at the level. That makes sense too. That's one piece of it. So here, yeah, this is it, guys. This hammer is actually a pretty good pattern. This is how I like to do reversals. Hammer at a level, right? Ideally, the hammer body was down here closer to the level and the tail was way down. And that way you'd have room to the left. And, you know, obviously your entry is closer to the level and not so much in the middle. But also, a very simple thing to look at here. Just prior, the very previous candle was a giant red candle. And then it made a hammer. In this context, right after a giant bearish move, I'm not going long no matter what. Let it be a giant bearish move. Let it have one or two small candles. Then put in this exact hammer, but lower down, where the top of this hammer is maybe around this 146 area. Then the new high on the 5-minute chart is where I would enter stop loss probably halfway up the wick of the hammer or below the level. Trail it up for a bit and then let it run to the target. So this is tempting, right? But don't do this. Don't do this. This is directly out of the Naked Forex book, actually. This trade book, or this what I mentioned to you right now, what I described to you, it's described really well in the Naked Forex book. This is it's a very powerful strategy, but in context, very much in context. Again, also in the recordings, in the webinars we did recently. Yeah, again, you see these every day. Most of trading is figuring out when not to trade. You're going to do that most of the time. Waiting. This is not an exciting business. It's mostly waiting. I mean, even this morning, what market opened for me at 6:30. I had to wait from 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. 12 and a half hours of waiting till the market opened, then you can actually maybe get excited a bit, right? So there you go. But even when the market's open, it's waiting. I mean, I've done this plenty. Wait for hours and take my first trade at like noon or something. So you got to have a trade book that tells you when not to trade. The majority of it should be when not to trade. Because money that you don't lose is counts in the P&L, right? All right, guys, last 5 minutes, I'm here. And then a little break, and then YouTube Live on Bearable Traders. I think Carlos might join today again. Actually, it might be Phil. I don't know. I'll ask him. Anyways, YouTube is always fun. I'm such a party over there. Richard, Apple reversal. Not yet. There's nothing there, man. There's nothing in Apple. It just got there. What's your setup? A couple of weeks? It's not there yet. AJC, you recommend start with the live recordings or purchase a course from Trading Terminal for mentorship recordings? Start with the live recordings. You're here, right? You have it. It's available at your fingertips. Start there and go backwards in time. So start with yesterday's and the previous day. Like today's recording, I'll put it up later today when we're done with it. Just go back in time so you get the most up-to-date information. And also, again, I'm going to tell you there's a good reason why these recent webinars, I'm making them available for everybody in here, and they're not available in Trading Terminal or BBT or anywhere else. It's because this is the information you need. Because, again, you go through that, you'll have the foundation sorted out to come here and get the most out of these sessions. Amanda, oh, yeah, there's days I don't have trades. Not at all. Sure, you're welcome, AJC. Short Amazon. Danny, you're short Amazon? Amazon. Where's Amazon? From where? PDC, you said? Okay, let's have a look. What are you saying? Short Amazon, yesterday's close, retest. Where is yesterday's close? Right there. Okay, right on. 10 minutes ago. Okay, if that's your strategy, cool. I would never trade it in this area. I've been eaten up so many times doing this. But if you have consistency in doing that, then good, stick to it. Make sure you have a target in mind. Make sure risk management is sorted. That's the first thing. Then your target, that's where you make money. Nagasi, yeah, just message me real quick after we end the session now in a couple of minutes, and we'll sort that out. Is it? Yeah, a couple of minutes. There you go. Thanks, Dan. You're awesome, man. You're saving my ass today. You got it. Danny, yeah, you're in this. Got it. Daryl, NVIDIA. Same thing, man. We were just talking about it. Same thing. I don't touch it. This is a mess. Very bearish and throwing a couple of wicks around it. Look at that. This might be another wick, or is it going to break down, or is it going to go up from here? Can you tell me? I have no conviction on anything except shop at the moment. At the moment, that's all there is. There's nothing in this. I'm beginning to see something on Meta, maybe. This push up, came back down to the level. This is a long tail hammer, but it's not really deep because you see it's been this deep before. Didn't go further deeper and make that hammer. Then the new 5-minute high right now would be the entry long. It's not there just because of the previous wick. Again, room to the left, all that stuff. We discussed that in the webinars as well, guys. There's a good reason for that. This may still very well go. It's like 90% there. It's a 90% setup. But it's not 100. So I'm not going to put risk on it. Anyways, I'm not going to trade now. I'm done. I'll go and do the YouTube stuff. And it's Friday. I plan not to stay up till 1 a.m. tonight like last night. Okay? You guys don't keep me up no more, please. It's kind of hard to do that every night. Jacquelina, typically no, not here, but here's what we can do. I recommend using the voice channel in our Discord. All of you can use it. It's available for anyone, anytime. Go ahead. And I'll be around later. So if I see people are in there, I might pop in, say hi, and we can have a discussion. But first, I got to get to go through the YouTube session. Maybe today's a good day for that Google, for the Discord chat to familiarize with the new guys, all you new guys. Yeah. Well, it's always open, guys. It's open for everyone. So go ahead, have some fun with it. All right, guys, last minute or so. Anything else you want to discuss? Those of you with the problem with the link from yesterday with the discount coupon code or whatever, just send me a quick message right now in Discord, and as soon as we end this, I'll sort that out with you. Other than that, everyone good?
Thank you, Avi.
Yeah, a pleasure as always. Trading with a pack of wolves here. I love it. I'm going to change the name. This is a
good weekend. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. Come say hi on YouTube. I'll be there at 11 anyway, so come say hi.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. Have a blast over there.
Thank you, Avi.
It's a pleasure, guys. You all take it easy, okay? Talk to you soon.